Back to my online teaching platform. We have a function which is an implicit function. And we are to show that for multiplying 1 minus x in bracket with a square, the 2y dx squared minus 4 multiplying a bracket of 1 minus x dy dx is equal to y. Given the function y is multiplying the square root of 1 minus x all equal to 2x. So we have to show that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So we have this side. So this is what we have to make sure our answer look the same as this. So we have to make sure our answer is the same as this. So let us get our function. Function is y multiplying the square root of square root of 1 minus x all equal to 2x. Alright. So we need to differentiate it in the equation. So can name consider the first step has a product of y and that of the square root of x minus square root of 1 minus x. So we take here to be our can take one of them to be our u. We are going to apply the product rule. So the whole of this becomes our v. Alright. So applying the product, we are going to differentiate our u, then we maintain our v, plus you maintain our v and differentiate our v, all equal to, now when you differentiate 2x with respect to x, we are going to get a result to be 2. Alright. Now our u is y. So when you differentiate y, you are going to get 1, and the result will be multiplied by dy dx, which is the same as the y prime. Alright. Then we maintain our v, and our v is the square root of 1 minus x. Alright. Plus, we now maintain your u, which is the y. Then you differentiate our v. Our v can be written as the square root of 1 minus x, which is the same as 1 minus x having an exponent of half. Alright. So to differentiate it, you are going to multiply everything by half, then reduce the power by half. Then all will be equal to the 2 at the right hand side. Alright. So let us continue. So here becomes our y prime multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. And you work on this. When half multiply this, we are going to get plus half y. Then the power reduces by 1. Now, because we have a bracket which is having an expression 1 minus x, we need to differentiate the one inside the bracket too as well. We are applying the chain rule. So we differentiate 1 minus x, we are going to get the derivative to be negative 1. Alright. So you need to multiply the half by negative 1. So it's going to be negative half multiplying this y. Alright. Then we have it as 1 minus x in bracket. Then half being the exponent minus 1 will give us negative half, all equal to 2. Alright. So you are going to get y prime multiplying 1 minus x minus y over 2. Now, the exponent here is negative, so we can rewrite it as positive by reciprocating our 1 minus x. So it's going to be 1 over 1 minus x having an exponent of what? Half, all equal to 2. So we are going to get our y prime multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. Then we are going to get this y times 1 will give us minus y, but because there's negative y, all divided by 2 multiplying the square root of 1. So you can decide to maintain it without a square. So we can decide to maintain. So we are going to use bracket 1 minus x having an exponent of what? Half, all equal to 2. So we need to differentiate it again. So we are going to differentiate it again. So when you are differentiating it, oh, I've omitted my dy dx. Okay, here should be y prime. So here's our y prime, which is the same as, okay, so that's our y prime. So when you are differentiating it again, we can take this to be our u and the whole of this to be our v. All right. So here we are going to get to now differentiate this one. So it's going to be y prime prime. Then we maintain our v, which is the square root of 1 minus x plus you will now maintain your y prime. All right. You will now maintain your y prime and also differentiate the square root of 1 minus x. 1 minus x. And when you differentiate that one, you're going to get half, the power will be half, so we bring the power down. Then 1 minus s in bracket. Then half minus 1, multiply the derivative of what you have inside. So it's going to be times negative 1. All right. Then we need to also work on the second term in the equation, which is the y over 2 multiplying 1 minus x having a power of half. So we can now apply the quotient rule variant. We can apply the quotient rule, or we can equally apply the chain rule by rewriting what we have over here. Okay, we can apply the chain rule and the product rule by rewriting what we have over here. So we are going to get plus, okay, sorry, it's rather minus. So it's minus. So we can equally use so we can rewrite it as 2 2y then bracket 1 minus s having an exponent of negative half. All right, having an exponent of negative half. All right, okay, here should rather be half. Yes, here should be half rather, because this over 1. Okay, so it's going to be 1 over 2 multiplying 1, multiplying y, multiplying bracket of 1 minus x having an exponent of negative half, because we have reciprocated y over 1 minus x having an exponent of half. So the power becomes negative half. When you differentiate our 2, we are going to get it to be 0. All right. Now we are yet to differentiate this part. We are yet to differentiate this part of the equation. So we'll come back to that part and differentiate it. So here we have here to be y prime prime multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. Then here too we are going to have our y prime over 2. But here is negative, so negative 1, change this one, we are going to get it to be negative. So y prime over 2, then we have here to be 1 minus x having a power of what? Negative half. Alright. So let's just now work on this one, the other side. So here, let us bring our negative half out and apply the product to y. So when you differentiate your y, you are going to get 1. So it's going to be times y prime. Alright. 1 dot y prime. Then you maintain your, so we can take this one to be our u and the whole of this to be our v. So we now maintain your v, which is 1 minus x in bracket having a power of half. Then plus you now maintain your y, then you differentiate this one. So when you differentiate this one, you'll be getting, you bring the power down, which is negative half. Then you maintain what you have in the bracket, 1 minus x, then you reduce the power by half, sorry, 1, negative half minus 1. Then you differentiate what you have in the bracket, and you are going to get negative 1, so times negative 1. Alright, and you close the bracket nicely. All equal to 0. Okay, so let us continue to simplify. So here we are going to get y prime prime multiplying square root of 1 minus x. Then here we are going to get it as minus y prime over 2. This become positive power half. So it's going to be 2 multiplying, but because it's positive now, it's going to be a denominator. So it's going to be 2 multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. All right. When we continue to the next side, we have negative half here. All right. You open your bracket nicely. So here too, we are going to get our y prime over here. So this time this will give us y prime over the square root of 1 minus x. All right. 1 minus x. Now, so this, here we have negative half. Negative half here times negative 1 will give us positive half times y will give us y over 2. Then we are going to get, here is negative half minus 1. So we are going to get negative 3 over 2, which is the same as, let's writing it as, so we want to ignore the negative. So it's going to be times 1 over 1 minus x in bracket 3 out of 2. Then can now close the bracket equal to 0. All right. So we continue. So here we have our y prime prime multiplying the square root of 1 minus x, then minus y prime over 2 over 1 minus square root of 2 multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. And here too, we can expand the bracket. We are going to get minus y prime over 2 multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. All right. Then here too, we are going to get it as plus. I think it's going to be minus rather. So minus y over 4, also multiplying 1 over. So we have it. So 1 over 1 minus x, and we have the 1 minus x in bracket having a power of 3 out of 2. So we can write it as square root of 1 minus x in bracket exponent 3. Because 1 square 3 out of 2 is the same as 1 out of 2 times 3. So the exponent half is the square root. Then having a power of 3. So there's another power by. All right. Then we have it equal to 0. So let me clean this part and bring my 0. So everything equal to 0. So now we can write this side as the 2y, the x squared, multiplying square root of 1 minus x. Then here too, we can have it as, okay, let us simplify first. Maybe that will bring. So let us maintain our y prime prime, y prime prime multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. Then here minus our y prime over 2 square root of 1 minus x. Then yet we have minus y prime over 2 multiplying the square root of 1 minus x. Alright. So at this part we are going to get minus y over 4 multiply. Now this one becomes 1 minus x, then the square root of 1 minus x. All right, all equal to 0. So we need to now get the LCM. We need to find our LCM. So the LCM will be the square root of x. 2 multiply the square root of x, then multiply 1 minus x. So that will be the LCM. So we are going to use the LCM for the denominators. So the denominator here, our denominator here is over 1. Sorry, our numerator here is 1. So the denominator of this term is 1. This is also 2 root x minus 1, 2 root x minus 1. And here is, we have root x minus 1, but we have another x minus 1 outside, which without a square root. All right. So our LCM will be 1 minus x multiply the square root of 1 minus x. So we are going to use this to multiply each of the terms. All right. When you use the LCM to multiply this, we are going to get, when you use it to multiply this will cancel this. So we will be left with x minus 1 squared. So it's going to be y prime. Then another one is here. So we are going to get, so this will cancel this. When it multiplies through, this will cancel this when it comes to this. So it's going to be x minus, sorry, 1 minus x. Then that will multiply this one as well. So we are going to get 1 minus x squared. Right. Then move to the next step. When we move to the next step, we have it over here. So when it multiplies this will cancel this, and it will left with this. So we are going to get minus y, or there should be 2 over here. There should be 2 over here. All right. The LCM should be having 2. Okay. I think it should even be 4 because here is 4. So the LCM here there should be 4 here. All right. So that when multiply the other side with the 4, it will give us 1. So here should be 4. Okay. So when you use the LCM to multiply the second term, this will cancel this. Okay. Then it will have x minus 1 because square root of x minus 1 multiply the same to give us x minus 1. Okay. Then we have another one to be, so this will cancel this. So it's left with x minus 1 because we are multiplying this rather the denominator. So it rather cancel it. Then we'll be left with 4 multiplying x minus 1. 4 multiplying x minus 1. But there's another 2y. So these 2 also cancel the 4. And that will give us 2. So we have y minus y prime multiplying 2 bracket to be 1 minus x. Alright. Then move to the next one. They are using the same LCM to multiply this. So 2 here 1, 2 here 2. Then this and this will go off. Then it's left with minus y prime. Then we have here to be times 2 multiplying 1 minus x in bracket. Then move to the last term at the left hand side of the equation. So we have, so this is the same as the LCM. So when this one divides this, you get 1. Multiplying the y, we are going to get it as what? Y, all equal to 0. All right. When you use it to multiply the term at the right hand side, you are going to get 0 because the term over there is 0. All right. So now we'll be having our solution as the 2y, the x squared, then multiplying 4 in bracket 1 minus x squared. Sorry, 1 minus x in bracket squared. Then here too, they are like terms. So it's going to be, you see that we have like terms y. So we have 2 of this. So here will give us minus 4. Yes, so it's going to be minus 4 because here will be negative 2 minus 2. So minus 4. So let me bring my y prime. So 2, negative 2 minus 2 give us negative 4. So here will be 4. There's negatives already here. So 4 multiply 1 minus x in bracket. Alright. Then we continue the next one. We have minus y all equal to 0. Let us rewrite it well. So we are going to get it as 4 times 1 minus x squared, the 2y, the x squared. Then here will also be minus 4 multiplying 1 minus x. Okay, so here we are going to get it to be dy the x because it's just y prime. Then minus y all equal to 0. Alright, let us verify if what we have gotten is similar to or is the same as what we are supposed to get. Alright, so yes, this is what we are supposed to get. So if we see that it's the same thing, so this is what we had. It's the same as what we were asked to get. Alright, so anytime you have your function in this form, you apply your implicit way of differentiating. So you differentiate implicitly. Then you need to, when you are done with the first, because you have the 2 dy, sorry, the 2y, the x squared, you need to differentiate it twice. So when you are done with the first one, I think our first derivative, we had, in our first derivative, this is what we had. Okay, so let me look at the first derivative. Okay, this is our first derivative. The first derivative, this is what we had. So when you differentiated it again, we had what we were supposed to get, and that gives us the final answer. All right, so this becomes our final answer. All right, okay. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let us go through it again, because you don't see the first one. So I think this one, everything is showing well. All right, so we're given the function y multiplying the square root of 1 minus x equal to 2x, and we have to show that 4 multiplying 1 minus x in bracket squared the 2y dx squared minus 4 multiplying 1 minus x in bracket dy dx is equal to y. Alright, so let us go through it and see if we have done the right thing. Okay, okay, so this is what we had. This is what we had. So you can equally write it well so that you can, when you bring a dy, it becomes positive. So it's the same as what we have done. Thank you for watching. Bye.